breaking news, y'all go get all of these glasses today. Here's the thing. The meeting that I told y'all that was going to happen in that big elaborate house in Washington, it happened. There has been a press conference, and I wrote notes down. I just had to stop in the middle of what this man was saying because I had had enough, honey. It is going down, okay? I will say before I start giving you the information concerning the peace agreement, peace and security, that they all have came on agreement except Hamas. Hamas has to agree to the deal, okay? It's a lot of interesting, intricate details that I find very interesting because I can't pinpoint what's actually happening. He starts off the press conference talking about how him and Netanyahu have worked well together. He also goes on to talk about how they all have wanted peace in the Middle East. This has been a long time coming. This is going to change the trajectory of history. He goes on to talk about how this is a historic day. Oh, it's very historic. You about to see how historical it is about to be. Very historical. Okay. He talked about how the Abrahamic Accords expansion, how that is extremely important to this deal. He goes on to say that Europe has been involved. He goes on to say the three words: security, peace, and prosperity. My God, today, and we don't even need nothing else. Just let me sit there. He goes on to talk about those are the three defining factors: security, peace, and prosperity. My God. Oh, the Lord will expose, won't he? He talks about the whole region, and he talks about who all was involved. He goes on to say the Saudi Arabia king. He spoke very highly, took a minute on the Saudi Arabia king and how he played a huge role in this as well. He talked about the king of Jordan, the president of Turkey, Gog and Magog. He goes on to talk about how this is part of the bigger picture and how he needed to work with all the other nations and how all the other nations have came together on this agreement. Now, a part of me feel like Hamas may not agree to this. The Egypt president was there. He talked about Pakistan, the fleet marshal was a part, and the prime minister, and they are backing it 100%. He said that if Hamas agreed to it, then within 72 hours, the hostages will come home. They will release the hostages. He talked about a board of peace. He mentioned the Kushner guy and some other people. The Kushner name is the only thing that stuck out in my spirit. So I'm going to set that there. He's on the board with a bunch of other people. He also talks about how the Arab and Muslim nations are partnering with them and are willing to step up and do their part with this peace agreement. He goes on to say that this is an extremely fair proposal, and he is chairman of this board. Of course you are. Did we talk about the board name? The Board of Peace? I'm sorry, this sounds like a full church. Why does this sound like the membership of a church? The Board of Peace. I am screaming. He named a lot of different nations that came on board with agreeing to this. And like I said, a lot of them, Saudi Arabia Prince, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, these are the ones that really stuck out to me. He named Qatar as well being coming on board concerning allowing this peace agreement to happen. Again, it is not in full force yet because Hamas has to agree. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I have I don't know in my spirit. I don't know. But he is the chairman of the church board. The board with all the bishops. And the biggywigs and the elect. This is blessing me today. Let's read Daniel 9:27. He will confirm a covenant with many for 1 7. In the middle of the 7, he will put an end to sacrifice and offering. And on a wing of the temple, he will set up an abomination that causes desolation until the end that is decreed is poured out on him. And there it is, that number again, the number 7. There it is again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at my most recent video. We talked about the number 7 and how significant it is, especially in this hour. So a lot of interesting things going on. Now, with him being the chairman of the board, what does that make him after reading that? He said it's a board that's bothering my spirit. He will confirm a covenant with many. This is to be continued. I'm gonna keep updating y'all. I gotta stay on this because this is gonna bother my mind. To be continued. I'm gonna give y'all some updates.